everybody, it's me, SAU.
Hi guys, I'm Anna.
And we are Anna and SAU. Today we are going to tell you how to prepare yourself in troubling situations.
This is our self-defense plan.
Thing we're going to talk about is how to be safe before going to a party, when you're at the party, and what you should do after a party.
The second thing we are going to talk about is what to do when someone grabs your arm and how to get away from that situation.
The third thing we're going to talk about are methods to staying safe when walking alone or entering a building or a room.
Before going to a party, always plan out what you're going to do. Ask yourself, are you going to drink? Will I know people there if I'm going by myself or if I'm going with a group?
If your answer is yes to any of these, then make a plan. It is important to make plans whenever you are going to a party. If you know you're going to drink, make sure you have a ride home. And make sure that the person taking you home is sober. And if the person is not sober, call an Uber, a Lyft, maybe a taxi. And if you're not comfortable with those options, always call somebody you know.
If you're going to drink, make sure you are the one serving the drink. And when someone does give you a drink, make sure it's not open. If someone serves you a drink and it's open or they pour it themselves, then don't drink it. Be careful. If you think that's too much, then bring your own drink.
So even before going to a party, you and your friends should plan out what to do, just in case you get separated. This makes it so that if your phone battery is dead or if you can't contact one another, you can go to that place and meet there. So that's like a backup plan. And wait for your friends for like 10 or 20 minutes. And if they don't go to that place that you both agreed on to meet, then call somebody who can help.
Okay, now let's conclude what we said. We told you that before going to a party, find out who's going to be there. If you're going with a friend, make sure you have a plan on what to do when you get separated. Make the plan before you go to the party, so if anything happens at the party, you know what to do. Tell a person you're going to a party and that you may call them if anything happens. Make sure they agree to this idea, and if they don't, then you can always find a different person.
We've talked about being at a party. Now, when you're at a party, like Anna has said, do not drink anything that someone else has given you. If they pour it and then bring it to you, still don't drink it because you never know what is in that drink. If they were to give you a can and it hasn't been opened and you were the one who opened it, that's okay to drink because you were the one who opened it. But if they opened it, give it to you, and it's open, do not drink it. You always want to be safe in situations like this. And even if it's someone you know very well, I suggest you not drink it. And if you don't feel comfortable with this, just bring your own drink. It's really that simple. Just pour your own drink. And if you do leave your drink out and then come back and get it, do not drink that because it is so dangerous. You never know who's gonna put stuff in it. So just be safe than never.
All those are important, but what will you do after a party? Well, before going to the party, you should plan out who will be the designated driver. And if that person ends up drinking, then plan out who will take you and your friends back. So always have a plan C after your plan B. Call an Uber or a Lyft, as SAU mentioned, and if you feel uncomfortable with that, you can always call a taxi or you can always call a close friend that might be able to pick you up. Make sure to tell that person beforehand so they know and agree with you.
Yeah, you just don't want to call somebody up randomly and be like, hey, can you pick me up at this place?
Yes.
Like 3 or 2 in the morning. Like you want to tell them that, hey, I might call you tonight just in case anything bad happens, you know? And you want them to agree on this. It's, like I said, always be safe than ever.
Plan, we will share examples of how to get out of uncomfortable situations. Sometimes there can be annoying and obnoxious people that get touchy with you. If at any moment you may feel uncomfortable, you have every right to tell the person to get away from you or stop what they are doing.
If this person continues to annoy you and does not keep their hands to themselves, you can use the method we will demonstrate.
If someone were to grab you like this, then what you would want to do is take the flatter side of your wrist, which is this way, and then pull it out. So you have your skinny side and your wider side. You want this side, and you pull out.
Skinny, flat, skinny, flat.
Use your other hand and anything you have available to you. You can kick them, you can punch them, you can scratch them in the face. I never know.
Yeah.
You can defend yourself from people, but don't try to hurt them. This should just be so they get the idea that you are not going to let them take advantage of you.
Before you try to defend yourself, make sure you try to get your point across by telling them in an assertive voice. They should understand that you are uncomfortable and do not want them touching you.
The third and final part of our self-defense plan are methods to stay safe when walking alone. It does not matter if you're in a building, outside, or in a room, you should always try to be alert of your surroundings. That means either taking out your headphones, your earplugs, and looking up instead of always looking down.
Yeah, pay attention to your surroundings. If the building or place you're going is unknown to you, make sure a friend knows where you are. Look for exits, phone, or a public space. There can always be a stranger that's following you. But if you're in a public place, make sure to stay there while you're looking for help.
You never want to be alone if someone's following you.
Right, you never want to be alone. You always want to be seen by
In a crowd.
Yeah, you always want to be in a crowd.
I personally keep a flashlight and a small pocket knife with me, but my intentions are not to hurt anyone. I walk around late at night around campus, and sometimes it can feel scary and lonely. If you are scared, then you can always call your campus security or a close friend to keep you company while you walk back to your destination, or you can always call someone on the phone so like they know that you're walking by yourself and until you get to your dorm or whatever.
You can stay safe by being prepared. If you feel someone is following you, walk a little faster. If someone tried to take your belongings, give it to them, but throw it in the opposite direction so you have time to run. You never want to throw it to the direction that you're going. Why would you? You're trying to go that way. Your life is better than your
backpack.
Right.
Most importantly, try to walk with other people so you can prevent any danger from happening, and try not to stay out too late. In case of any emergency, let your friends know where you are going beforehand so they can check up on you.
I also want to mention when you do go into a building, and this is not likely, but there is a fire happening, you never want to get out the same way you came in. Always see the exit. Like, where can you go? How can you escape from that place? It is so important. Thank you for watching our videos
Thanks for watching our
on
vlog.
self-defense.
Stay safe.